The Denver Broncos are going to the NFL playoffs after what was a wild back and forth affair with the Green Bay Packers. Sorry, Tom Grossi, it was not your Packers' day. At the end of the game, the Broncos walk out with a 34-26 win, an 8-point victory, where the Broncos, they found themselves down 9, 2 scores after halftime and after the first possession the Packers had. But after that, it was all Denver Broncos. Bo Nix had himself a hell of a day. I mean, just this whole team cranked it up in the second half. They came out looking a little slow, looking a bit iffy, but they completely shut it down in the second half. Broncos only allowed 10 second half points, while they end up scoring 20. Just a hell of a game all around. We are going to get into where we're going to get into the offense, we're going to get into the defense, we're going to get into Bo Nix, we're going to shit talk the media, because what are they going to say about this team now? And then we are going to hand out my game orange soda. So don't go anywhere, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this after the upload. First off, thank you so much. It helps the channel immensely if you like the video or the stream, whichever you're watching. And if you subscribe, we gained 20 plus during the stream. But let's get right into things. My goodness, Bo Nix and this offense shown today. Bo Nix in particular, my God, 23-34, goes for 303 and 4 touchdowns. It looked like he was playing the Falcons last year. Nobody could stop Bo Chapman Nix, man, and it was everything you wanted to see. It was the culmination of where his development has been going. The off-platform throws were there. The in-rhythm throws were there. He was setting his feet, but he was also finding opportunities to make the throws he needed to when he was rolling around and doing all of that crazy shit. Bo Nix played like a championship quarterback, and that is because he is. I will hear no slander from anybody about Bo Chapman Nix. Will not hear it. RJ Harvey on the ground didn't actually have that bad of a day. The average isn't high, but it was 64 gritty yards on 19 carries. Goes for 3.4 a pop, and he does get a touchdown that helps the Broncos extend their lead, or it was one of the ones to either help them get back into it or to extend the lead. Either way, RJ Harvey played a huge part in the Broncos' victory today. Bo Nix, 7 carries, 10 yards. Not a whole lot. He had a nice little 4-yard scamper to the right side, so... that helped on that final drive. And then Jaleel McLaughlin only got 2 carries. Franklin got a carry, as did Adam Prentice, and he sadly did not convert a third down. Let us take our hats off and hold a moment of silence for Adam Prentice and his efficiency numbers when he is handed the ball. Anyways, moving on. Receiving-wise, Courtland Sutton has his first 100-yard game in what feels like forever. 7 catches, 113 yards, and a touchdown. Troy Franklin decided to have his random pop-out game that he has once a month, 6 for 85 and a score. Lil Jordan Humphrey goes for 3 catches, 42 yards, and a touchdown of his own. Michael Bandy only had 1 catch and 1 target, but he caught it, and he ran 20 yards for a touchdown. That gave Nix all 4 of them. Meanwhile, Mims had 4 catches, 30 yards. Tyler Bidet had a catch. Evan Ingram also had a catch that made a 3rd and 13, a 4th and 1. He didn't do much, but that big impact play in the game really helped Denver keep a drive alive as the game was still incredibly close. Meanwhile, defensively, I was saying it, all right? The Broncos were due for some goddamn turnovers during MTTF, and they did. Riley Moss comes away with a pick, as did Surtain. Both of them were huge in this game. Broncos, unfortunately, didn't do anything with Moss's interception, but Surtain's led to them scoring a touchdown that made this game. It saved the Broncos in the second half. I mean, it was right after the Broncos go 3 and out on one of their first couple of second half possessions. It's just incredible, and we've already jumped into the defensive analysis. I want to jump back to the offense, because what we saw, this is what my thing here, and this is the thing with the Broncos right now. This still isn't as good as the offense can look. The running game could have looked much better. And I'm still not even going to, harp on it a whole lot because RJ Harvey put up 64 gritty yards when we needed him. He did have the fumble, and I think that's going to keep him from game orange soda status tonight because of the fumble and because of the impact that could have had on the game later down the line, even if it was so early in the game. I still got to knock RJ for that. However, the rest of the game, he played incredible. He played incredible. Somebody in chat, we got D-Rock97 here, and we will leave this in the recording. How will big sports media spin this mile-high victory and move the goalpost? I mean, I'll be amazed if they do, if they find a way. I'll be amazed. Can't really say the Broncos haven't beat anyone good now. We beat the Packers and both the last year's Super Bowl teams. Anyways, something that did encourage me was this is back-to-back games now where Sean is committed to the running game and given RJ Harvey over 15 carries. He went 17 last week. He went 19 this week. And it is great to see Harvey developing just more as a running back. Harvey is legitimately starting to look better and better every week. And this Packers run defense is a stout unit. All right. I mean, I highly commend RJ Harvey and this offensive line for what they did in this game. And another big thing, we'll talk about the offensive line real quick. 0 sacks allowed by this offensive line to the 3 allowed by the Packers. We'll talk about who got sacks here in just a minute. Broncos with 392 total yards of offense. They go 303 in the air, 89 on the ground. Good enough. Now, what's not good enough, what worries me slightly, is the third down conversion rate. They were 4 for 6 at one point, and then I don't think they converted another fourth down through the rest of the game at all. That's a little worrying. Fourth down, they go 2 for 4. They were 0 for 2 on them, I believe, in the second half, which not as worrying because a lot of those you're not going to be in go-for-it situations. However, the third down efficiency does need to get cleaned up. However, I am thrilled that we won this game and we did enough offensively to go out and win it. Broncos only punt twice. You only got 6 penalties for 60 yards, and one of those, one of the big ones, was definitely one that I disagreed with. I absolutely disagreed with it. 1,000% disagree. Broncos get 21 first downs in this game. We'll talk about the defense here coming up soon. And by that, I mean pretty much right now. Defensively, the Denver Broncos, it was a little shaky to start things out. We knew that the Packers were going to be one hell of a test. And in the first half, it definitely looked shaky. It looked like this was going to go even further into shootout territory. I mean, Green Bay puts up 362 total, 247 passing yards, 115 on the ground. It was scary for a while. This Packers offense was moving the ball up and down the field. Come the second half, though, and really kind of the end of the first half, the Broncos defense was starting to clamp things down. 19 first downs for the Packers. I am still worried about the third down efficiency because it feels like the Broncos have not been great on third down lately. That's something to watch, something I've been a little concerned about. They still get 3 sacks, though, and we'll go look at who got them as well because they came in big moments. Dondre Tillman gets 1. Jonah Ellis comes in and gets the first of the game. Cooper split 1 with Zach Allen. This pass rush, they didn't do anything. They did not do anything in the first half, but come crunch time when it mattered the most, this pass rush went ballistic. And got 3 sacks from guys you wouldn't really expect. Dondre Tillman, one of the more underrated pass rushers in the league, continues to do his thing as a rotational guy. Jonah Ellis, now that he's been healthy for a few weeks, he's doing his thing as well. I mean, these Denver Broncos are 100% legit. This entire team is legit, but this defense, man, they can go toe-to-toe with the best competition, and we saw that today against the Packers. It is 100% this team is legit, and I cannot wait to see how the media spins. I mean, whatever this team did. I cannot wait to see how the media moves the goalpost once again. How's Cowherd gonna spin this? How's how's Cowherd? How's fucking Nick Wright? How is I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, all right? But there was it's going to be interesting to see the media talk about the Broncos for the next few weeks. I do want to say Jordan Love held to almost 50% completion. The Broncos pick him off twice. So while he does go for 276, not the greatest day. Now, Josh Jacobs is an interesting head case. On the surface, it's a great game. 12 of 73, 6.1 a pop, 1 touchdown. You take away 40 of it, it's 11 for 33. So outside of one play, the Broncos' run defense held up wildly better than I think a lot of people thought against Jacobs. Unfortunately, the one play, it does hurt. Jordan Love was spreading the ball around, though. Matthew Golden leads for the Packers, 3 for 55. Jalen Reed, same yardage, more catches with 5. Luke Musgrave, 4 for 52. Yeah, Dobbs go 2 with 36. Like, this Broncos defense, like, it wasn't the prettiest game, but you can't expect the Broncos to play like world beaters every week defensively. They've just got to do what they got to do, and they did what they had to do. This defense clamped it down in the second half. So now it's time to get to the game orange sodas for this one, and it's not particularly hard, all right? It is not particularly hard to figure out who these are going to. Bo Nix has to get one. 23 of 34 for 302, 4 touchdowns. We'll see how the media moves the goalposts on him during the week, but he played like an unbelievable quarterback today, and he's cementing himself as a top 10 quarterback. I already said I can't give Harvey one. There's too many good receivers today for me to put just one wide receiver. So all of the Broncos wide receivers today are getting one. Sutton, 113 and a score. Franklin, 85 and a score. Humphrey, 42 and a score, and he was Nix's kind of check down blanket for a second there. Mims, 4 for 29. Don't care. He was making plays. Michael Bandy had a touchdown called up out of the practice squad. Yep, you get to share one. The receiver room is just going to share probably a 12-pack of them. I'll let them figure out how they're going to split that. And then defensively, we've got 2 as well. This one shouldn't be hard either. We might just give the whole defense one. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling charitable today. The whole defense is going to get an orange soda. All right. I wanted to just say Surtain and I wanted to just say Moss on defense, but this whole defense, man, they helped turn the ship around. They really did. All right. They were playing a bit rough there for a minute. The whole defense gets to split a 30 rack of orange soda. I don't care. We're feeling charitable. I'm feeling nice today. The whole defense gets one. You can flame me in the comments later on. Who cares? I feel good. DJ Jones gets a shout, though, for coming back and playing after being hurt. He looked a little gimpy later on in that game. And then our last one, it's going to be honorary. All right, and I'm doing this one for Ender. Phillip Rivers, man. You come back after 5 years of retirement, and you take the Seahawks to the final whistle, man. That's gutsy. I got to give it to Rivers. Rivers is going to get his game orange soda. I'll let you have one, Ender. I'll let you have that one. And then finally, we got to talk. We got to talk, audience. Holy hell, all right? You guys are getting another orange soda because holy hell. I didn't think we were going to do another stream as big as the one that we did last week. So, how shocked do you think I am when we get, at some point we were sitting 200 concurrent viewers. We have broken 110 likes. We've hit triple digits on the like column. We have gotten over 4,500 views on the stream itself. I can't even begin to thank each and every one of you. And the subscriber numbers were great too. We went from 206 to 231. We have done, I think, somewhere in the range of 50 or like 61 something subscribers in the past 2 streams. All right. We've got the best viewer base in the National Football League. And ladies and gentlemen, we also have the best team in the National Football League. Thank you, everybody, for watching the post-game, the Orange Soda post-game with myself, your host as always, Miles Smith. And with that being said, we're not ending stream. And with that being said, good morning, good afternoon, good night, and go Broncos, because we're going to the fucking Super Bowl.